Towards Shay's birthday the 22nd of December. A stanzas when my excitement reaches higher steep, and looking down from higher to the deep, I think of how our MOAT project is right, and plan to use that energy to fight the ones who feel my efforts will not yield the I-beam structures in each Texan field, but still I have some normal doubts, of course, of how I can persuade them not by force. My feelings of excitement which I bear are part of doing MOAT. Part of a dare. I'm just as energized this very day as if already works out of the way. For you, my audience, and I belong in some negotiation for the wrong which we will fight. We marketers arise presenting present packets to some eyes who can approve the art for country light. To pay for MOAT the best way that they might by raising funding. Citizens can find to put into a trust fund till resigned. Outrageous to the others when we meet is what we call ourselves as when we greet the citizens and councils in a room. Our name of MOAT to them will make its bloom. Why settle for a little bit of aid when you can have a lot for others made? Experimenting. Clever to engage with monumental Texas to outrage for sake of charity. The project's hook. Sounds funny to those people who will look into our effort. Possibly to a lot of people more respect to show. They say that Billy, stupid from the start, has done a stupid thing with his own art. His project is a dumb one to defend because it will not work out in the end. I say to them that Texas is in line to build a public spiral with a shine. The Texan lands in places not in shade are for the spiral buildings to be made. And every bit of questioned Texan land which our good project needs next by demand shall be donated, getting us ahead since everything already has been said. And everything is ordered not in vain to help constructors work without a pain. The work plan's done. The reason why we came, to help the crew prepare, has been our aim. Some others say that Billy will embrace the dumbest notions, and his silly face is always on some better future day. But MOAT is very stupid, we should say. To them I say that I can still build one. A MOAT project. It would be lots of fun to put on land donated, it to see. The project is an ordering to be. The spiral structures are designed with care so at an easy work plan we can stare. The area foundation on some land will be prepared for monuments to stand. From engineering well we will not fear, and from the tourists gathered we will hear that going to these structures they had smiled to know that they were perfect to their child. Sometimes when everybody becomes sad, and sadness makes the MOAT project look bad before they ever see it on the ground, that sadness is a hindrance so profound. Our project must be secular by heart, and when the MOAT people present its part promoting hope which should be sought by all, they shall thus with a wisdom find their call. Some people say, there's nothing I can find to Billy M. I think he's lost his mind. I'm mad with him. It's something I behold. I don't know what to do with Billy Bold. I say I work with light and rings and all to help construct a 12-foot I-beam wall, which wraps around itself and then the earth. Each monument must have this sort of birth. As when from changing old emotions deep, a thought resurfaces to make a peep. Eureka cries. Discovery is made into a light, it came from out the shade. Contributors of MOAT with others bond to be trained well to make the project fond. For teaching ways of funding, they will try with marketers the fundraisers to tie. An expert land developer has needs. The blueprints of the same construction reads so that constructors see it built to size. So that the media, its public prize, can be informed about what MOAT will yield. A spiral sculpture shining on each field we designated for some to explore. The grand project is easy to the core. May those who think that our MOAT groups are bure, or those who do get better from before at understanding with Eureka best, feel better after they have passed their test. B stanzas. I know why people hardly talk to me. We go to different afterlives. You see, the others talk but not to me all day. My own heaven, charades, gets in their way. My fame in paradise, it all depends. Our afterlives are made for different ends. To go to paradise cannot be vain, although some friends on earth are hard to gain. That people hardly talk to me is right. They may distract me otherwise from light. A light into my life which talk suspends. When it is freed, my chariot ascends. My chariot me up the sky will raise to have a perfect drive above. It pays. It's very much like birds who slice the sky when others leave me be. Like them, to fly. In my best afterlife. Charades. I'm fit. It is my favorite place where I will sit. And with my angel family and all 4 titles of our books, we make a call. Charades. A place where all those there must send a clue as we take turns to turn and end into a newer game with rules obeyed. Our clues we give are our best way we aid. Because up to charades I draw a line to be within my afterlife divine. With my own angel family and crew. A talk between most folk I can't renew. My being in that place for which I came. Charades I play all day, that perfect game. That is the reason others do not care to talk with me directly. They won't dare. And in that special interesting place, between our separate heavens is a space for me to play, and think about the past, of those who cannot talk with me at last. The reason why we're split, I've made it plain, and my own fame in heaven shall remain. But people here say nothing to my heart, or very little, in their silence smart. There is no other place where I will go. I'm distanced from most others here below. They talk not with me. This is my own fate, because in different ways we'll feel elate. We'll feel elate because our lives are mixed not with each other's, in our heavens fixed, as all go to their paradise with grace. Mine is a separate paradise and place. Since people speak not to me anymore, it's perfect, so much better than before. My fame in heaven, when I'm there, is right, and being famous there is my delight. Observing how the others must debate the books my angel family made to state all kinds of views in life where we have grown to love the life we made up of our own. The earthly people I will never meet, a group of people you might think a fleet, are separated from. We won't oppose since talking is a sort of warmth which glows. I know of distances, I understand, from every happy speaker's helping hand. They help me far away. I'm in their arms with books we made, not any fear alarms. I do not fear my separated way from others and their talkative array. I have my own best heaven earth to death, and in charades, I chatter every breath. My presence with my angel team, our power, is to sit back and play within our bower the games we can, while other folk make wide our growing fame to others while we hide. We celebrated in charades up high of angel honey, Richard, Dick, and I, our birthday on December 6 and 10, now leading to the next birthday from then upon the 18th of that cold month's way, which is 2 days apart from our birthday. We celebrate a hopeful book we wrote, New Sayings, is that book we now promote, though actually we advertise not fast, or just let others pull it from the past, from records which from times ago have spread out far beyond our business work instead. We do not from charades use any force to sell such books we made upon our course. That's not our job, it's not our better cause. We do not to our fun times make a pause. December 20th, another day, is for the celebration, and more play, the anniversary to find and look at help for charities, our little book. Next on the 21st, someone might try with us remembering that book from high, called How to Win the Lotto. Nothing plain is in that book, but pleasures to contain, beyond charades. They know our books, the band, who advertise those works not by command. And now up to her birthday next we aim. It's Shay who symbolizes splendid fame. See stanzas, see how the loving angels whom we praise, of whom each celebrate their own birthdays. See how that every single angel will be praised in having their own colors still. So gold becomes a color to restore. Its value is a 6, not less or more. Let shiny gold be counted 6, we'll say. And now to count the angels to convey which ones from our own group are used at all to sum up spelling gold in their good call. From Grouchy, from her name at any rate she lends her G to start without debate. Let G be counted 13 in its place. A 13 value, G, for it embrace. So Grouchy is this number which we find, and also is her G she will remind. And Angel Grouchy always thinks it best to think of her as sweet. She must attest that Grouchy as her name is not her heart. She is no grouch. It's not her angel part. Next moving on to get to some birthday, and spell out gold in a numeric way. From G from Grouchy. Now an O to gain from Tob Schweeb's name. An O now entertain. This letter O is counted -2, a negative in value, and it's true that she, Tob Schweeb, a -2 can fit her O with Grouchy's G, and next to it, by counting up that color which does shine to see that all its letters in a line, it spells the name of someone being gold, since gold becomes the light which glimmers bold. Penelope, from her name, does suggest how she shall add her L at our request, and she is happy, very much, to lend her L, a -6, this to attend. Now finally there is a D to spell the word of gold. A D is given well by her, Diana. D is valued 1, a value 1. When added, we are done. So G plus O plus L plus D all find shall calculate when added in each mind to number 6. The number to advance. 6 is the value gold is, not by chance. So Silly Billy from our special team is 16 in his value, it would seem. He is the color bisque, a color light, a little tan and peachy to the sight. We get an S from Silly Billy's name. To give his S to us is why he came. We start with S therefore in our design. A16 is that S, and curvy line. From spelling something out for a good friend, it's needed that we led from start to end. If S comes first, from honey we invite her H to add. Her H would make it right. Now Angel Honey comforts my tired soul. From her we add an H which is the goal. Her H. 11 in a minus sense. 1 less that minus 10 to follow hence. The S and H together make the sound. A little like a hiss. Sometimes around a place when quiet is the peace to get when there is noise and not a quiet yet. The angel Marilyn shall now come by. We ask her letter. A she will reply. So Marilyn. Her A is added to the S and H to complement the two. We saw before how counting up the gold became a 6 in value, and we told how certain angels from an angel crowd, their letters lent. Each letter had allowed for spelling out the metal to the end. GOLD. Those letters they did lend. A reader sees this happen from above. A great enlightenment and higher love. The next equivalent is nice for thought. A6 will equal 6 we will be taught. If gold is 6, another 6 we think will solve the riddle of the missing link. The A from Marilyn, the one to earn in school when tested. Tested in return will be a minus 7 in its lay. From 1 or 2 it's just a few away. S, H and A are what we have expressed, as needed for our haste since time is pressed. To S and H and A, a little prize will happen next in front the reader's eyes. It's excellent to get a helping hand to guide, and hold, and trust and understand. So far the only way it can be plain these angels are good helpers and not vain is showing how they harmonize this way. By doing so, by finding some birthday, I think it great to celebrate their shine of colors and their days to yours and mine. We need from Yaffa, why so all along the why, an 8 to celebrate in song. We did it for a golden good birthday. Her final letter spells the name of Shay. D stands as our angel Shay. The angel whom we love when it is time shall bug us from above. That way she comes to all of us below whose time it is to be bugged in her show. It is her birthday on this special date, and when she bugs us to snatch up some bait. December 22nd. Of her feet, the birth of awful lighting up a street, or anywhere where light shines we can view. She turns the lighting bad while we pursue our way through wildernesses. Her surprise, to make the lights look awful to our eyes. The lights we see look bad to us, we say, and this is the result of Angel Shay. However, there is nothing we should fear. We should not blame that angel and our dear for doing so. She does it in our age, our time, when many other folk engage in arguments that people must comply with this or that. They argue asking why some people want to argue why it came that things are so as if it's a bad game. And Shay, in celebrating her birthday, distracting them, shall badly light their way. She knows that much complaining from them will be bad for them. Though it is not a thrill to get from her a bad light in the air, she only makes it worse so to repair. The Bible speaks of wildernesses past. The Israelites made their complaining last for a long time out there to ease the pain of being homeless, wanting to regain some sort of home. The things they saw they had around them, in the dullest light, were bad. So like that tale, a wilderness one sees when arguing the lighting does not please. To get them out the wilderness they tried, and we must also possibly decide if we can free ourselves from our bad light which also came upon us, which we fight. Because of it a wilderness around makes things look bad. The lighting is profound, but dim, or gloomy, way too bright. Her choice. The angel Shay affects it with her voice. She says a sort of prayer to that effect. When harmonies of speaking we reject, if we complain sometimes, the angel knows to make light worse for us in its compose. The pleasant light in our home we embrace, but there are times the colors in that place do not look right, and our own mind, our guide, plays tricks on us with lighting to divide the pleasant feelings, shifting where they lie, replacing them with worser. So we try to learn what happened to the lights that date. Perhaps, December 22nd late, we'll know that Angel Shay had made the light a little different, maybe not as bright, or too intense. She caused again the rays to shine with a disturbing awful blaze, from her own home above in heaven high, where she and other perfect angels fly. Our Shay, who represents the color gold, sometimes must make the light we see look old. It is to bug us, but we will not weep. that we were bugged by angels in our deep, but rather since the angels like to prove their goodness by the many hearts they move. Inside our minds is where the changes will take place to make some coloring look ill, and Angel Shay from there with all her grace affects our minds to color worse our place. When gloom turns it a wilderness outside for others, or for Billy McBride, when sensitive to light within the air whose glow, a little dimmer, seems unfair, it feels a wilderness. That angel gave to us a different sense we next must brave our own environment which on the whole will change depending on a moody soul. So actually Shay to our moods will flow if she desires to change the better glow, and for a while puts dimness in our way if we forget that it's her own birthday. Perhaps she bugs us more to be on par remembering her birthday from afar, on other days as well. There is no bound to being bugged by her if she's around. That is, if she's around, she's always here, sometimes to bug and other times to clear up why she changes good to bad the light. By doing so, her powers will unite to bug us, therefore best to know her name. She represents all splendor and all fame. Shay wants to use light as a guiding tool to better guide us so we know her rule which is to complain not about the land. When on her birthday we must understand that though some feel that we return to dust, it is improper sometimes not to trust. G stands as the name of Texas always is the rage for many Texans thinking they can gauge a use for naming Texas that, they say, it is the number 69 in play. But angels want to change that name of bold to call it by a new name they unfold. The new name is a number 50 hole. It's less than 69 in our control. Spiritual golf is played by us outside, but scoring 69 on a golf ride is beaten by our 50 which will stay. The 50 of the lands beats Texas. Yay. Now Anderson the county. We will test. Its number is a 90, but we're blessed to score a lower number, then to name that county Anderson else than the same. A 45 beats 90 all decide. It is the lower score which will abide. The number 45 is games we share, and beats the 90 of that county there. So now the name of Anderson must stand to be now changed to games by our own hand. We'll always beat these places every try by scoring lower values than those high. The name of Andrews. Many find it fine. It is the name. Another county sign. An 84. Its value is its lay against that 84 we'll make our play. Since 64 beats County Andrews' name, the Andrews being 84 in aim, our name of thou is 64 this day, and CEOs some charities will pay, because the CEOs whom we will know have thus agreed to play us this way so, if they could win against each angel's heart, they can't, but we would bug them less in part. Now County Angelina has to yield, a 63 for all its marked off field. The name of Angelina, not by chance was long ago some CEO's golf stance. But 63 is beaten very sound by 58, our own score on the ground. A 58 is calling, our name new to win that match by only 7 few. So bosses playing angels, those divine, will try so hard to win, against all mine. But as we see our 58 of grace, of calling is the new name we embrace. The CEO's next move again will go much higher than our own golf score of low. The county of Aransas to this day is 73 of value in its lay. So our own golf shot we do understand has made a 56 from our own hand. The name of Will is 56 less steep than 73 which CEOs do keep. The name Aransas changed here on the fly to Will, the newer county which will lie in place of that Aransas since our round of golf did beat the other number sound. Next county Archer in the land the same does have a 53. Its added name. The ones who named it, golfers in our eye, shot 53. This score will be too high. Since County Archer is a 53, our own of 43 enough will be, and beats that score by 10 without a guess. Our Basil name does win because it's less. The new name Basil for that county give, into this state of lands where I now live. The Basil 43 with love we send. Its new name won as all are in the end. Next Armstrong CEOs will ever slide. 125 is its own glide. This name of Armstrong of a county bold, must be replaced. The new name from the old. Our unto is that new and simple name. Our shot of 70 which brought us fame. The unto is the lower score and right. We beat the county Armstrong with our might. So angels playing CEOs will guide in every case their golf balls with a pride. That money for some charities to claim will be, yes, won by us in our golf game. The score of Atascosa is not blessed since it is higher up than ours possessed. The name of Atascosa we can see is number 79 for that county. but our great name of O gets in the way since O is number 15. So we say, the name of O, a new name just out of our own alphabet to be our start. It's all we shoot. The O becomes our grace, for O is to replace and to embrace. The name anew of O now, which is plain. The county O forever one will reign. By golfing in this way our hopes are crowned. We get out Project MOAT off of the ground, and winning golf games of these challenged lands. Our MOAT is won from our own helping hands.